need to get moving on this relatively soon. I believe we have to start our construction in July. So that means that you could call Mary, submit your name to City Hall. I'm the chairperson of the dog park. Deborah Coelho is the vice chair of the dog park. So if you get your names to us at City Hall, we can start establishing the committee, because we need to get that going, because we need to have all these rules and regulations in place once the dog park is open. And we need your input, and, you know, the design input. These are preliminary stages, but then he's going to come back with everybody, like he says, mark it up, what you want to see in there. Then it's going to come back as a design, and it'll come back to the dog park committee with all your suggestions that are in there. And I believe there's one more hearing after that to show the design, and then we're ready to go. But it's on a fast track because we have to follow the grant specifications. So that has to move rather quickly. So like I said, I encourage people who want to be part of this committee, let's get going so we can have meetings to establish what we want to see in the dog park.
They're asking them to pay an additional fee to use the dog park. And have you studied the impacts on the low-income residents of the city?
We haven't really even started talking about what that fee would be. Absolutely, we want it to be accessible. We want people to be able to use the dog park, so we want to make sure that the fee is accessible. I personally feel that when you have any fee, even if it's a small fee, if people have, you know, some money in it, then they tend to not take things for granted, I think. That's just my personal opinion. Again, as I said, the Friends of the Dog Park Committee will be working with us and the existing Dog Park Committee to come up with that fee.
Okay, first of all, congratulations to Mary and everyone. Thank you all for coming here, and great work by my colleagues on the committee. Question I just had for Mary, or for for Mary mostly. Maybe you can explain it to the people in attendance and those watching and listening at home. What's the process for dogs being allowed or not allowed to come forward? I know you have to be licensed, have to have all your proper paperwork, but will there not be any type of discrimination on dogs based off of, say, if you have a Rottweiler or a Pit Bull? I just wanted to make that very clear, because I own a German Shepherd, for example, and I know sometimes you've got stereotypes. My dog's a big baby, he loves everybody. So I just want to make sure that we set the record clear and all of that for everybody watching and listening at home, that as long as you're a responsible owner and you're doing what you have to do, all dogs are welcome.
Yes, absolutely, that's exactly correct. So we're not discriminating against any type of breed, and it really is on the dog socialization skills. So if there becomes a dog that starts to become a problem, then that would go before the Friends Committee, and that's the sort of thing we're looking for the Friends to really develop, is the socialization and how we set in place guidelines for owners so that we have proper behavior in the park.
Hi, by the way, I'm very happy with the way this thing seems to be going. I'm very glad to see the dog parks finally coming into the city. The only thing I can't quite get wrap my head around is the pea stone. I've been to a lot of parks. Dogs love to roll around in the grass and flip-flop around. One of the worst parks I've ever seen was pure sand. And mostly I'm used to some wood chip and grass and dirt, which is where my dog usually runs around and plays. And I'm just trying to envision dogs playing and running and rolling around and play fighting and goofing around on pea stone. I'm just not quite seeing it.
There's the dog park in Falmouth, I'm referencing that again, because it's such a successful park, is pea stone. And one of the great things about pea stone is it's easy to keep clean, much easier to keep clean than a lawn or wood chips. Also, the pea stone, unlike a lawn, you're not going to end up with the worn areas that become muddy and slippery, so you don't have any of that either. It's from a maintenance perspective, from a cleanliness perspective, and from what I understand, I have not brought my dog to the Falmouth Dog Park, but from what I understand, as I said, it's very successful, and so clearly the dogs and the owners are very happy with that surface.
I have a question, and maybe you've decided this, but will it be just for New Bedford residents, or have you thought, or maybe it's something the committee might decide, if a resident from, say, Dartmouth pays more
We have not, again, this is something we would bring to the Friends of. So we have discussed how would we create an option for out-of-town folks to use the park. And it may be that they get, they can purchase a pass that gives them 5 access times or something like that. And then, once they've used it 5 times, they have to get another pass, something like that.